Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekakadash. Yahweh be in the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai be in the name of His only begotten Son, who they ignorantly call Jesus Christ. Now, when you're looking at these pastors, they trying to push the narrative that the law is done away with. And when you read to them Matthew 5:17, it says, "Think not that I come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill." They'll run with that "but to fulfill" and pretty much try to say that the law was fulfilled. And so they'll also go to Colossians. This is the more sophisticated pastor or Christian. They'll go to Colossians, the 2nd chapter, and verse let's see, in verse 14 they'll say, blotting out the handwriting of ordinances that was against us, which was contrary to us, and took it out of the way, nailing it to the cross. And I say, see, he nailed the law to the cross. When he died, that's when he did away with that law. You see, and people that don't know the scriptures, they'll hear this man running his mouth and don't understand that he running game on them, and he going along with a narrative that's been false. Then it's another one with the Catholic Church. They try to say that you can't eat meat and all of this. And in that verse where it talks about that some would come in and say that you can't eat meat, the Christians outside the Catholic Church, they'll try to twist that up and say, see, they were trying to say that you can't eat meat, but the Lord said you can eat anything as long as you pray over it. And so they use these scriptures to try to mislead you into thinking that you can eat any nasty, filthy animal and you can break any law. Because they pretty much go into talking about the law, but they really is trying to defend their eating habits, because most of them is full of pig juice when they having this conversation. Now, you got Corinthians. I want to get that Corinthians. Salakia. All right, let's go into that. It was 1 Timothy. I'm going to get 1 Timothy first. Since I kind of focus in on this pig with the thumbnail. 1 Timothy 4. And let's get from verse 1, because it's giving you a lot on that situation. It says, now the Spirit speak expressly that in the latter time. Okay, now this is going to be an issue in the latter time, in the last days. Some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devil. Mind you, and Daniel talked about it was going to be a great awakening in the last time. So the Israelites would be coming back to their nationality and learning what was acceptable to the Lord. And then at this time, you're going to have seducing spirits. It says, speaking lies in hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron. That's how hardcore these people gonna be. Say forbidden to marry and commanding to abstain from meats which God have created to be received. Now that's the greatest part right there. He didn't create a nasty, filthy pig to be received, because he told them in Leviticus that it was unlawful. He didn't create a spider to be received, because he created that to do something else, and that was unlawful. He didn't create a duck or what you call it, a dog, a cat, a rat, a alligator. See, I can just go on and on with the possum, freaking armadillo. He didn't create these animals to be eaten. He created those animals to be the garbage in the garbage disposal of the earth, the garbage creatures of the earth, to clean up the earth and to eat all the garbage. So it says, which God have created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth. Okay, what is the truth? What is the truth that they got to believe in? And what is the truth that they got to know? Okay. Psalm 119, verse 142, it say, your righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and your law is the truth. See, those who know the law, those are the people that's going to understand what's going on. See, that you can marry, see, and that you can eat meat that the Lord has said that was clean. He gave us a dietary law. He that explained how the animals was created and what purpose that the animals was created for. Once he tell you that this animal is unclean to you, okay, he created this animal to clean up the earth. He created this animal for a different purpose than for me to eat him. See, the law is a spiritual situation, and it explains more than just, oh, don't eat the pig. No, it's an explanation behind why you don't supposed to eat that nasty, filthy pig. Now let's get back into Matthew chapter 5, verse 17. It says, think not that I am come to destroy the law. That's the first thing. So people want to say that he destroyed the law. Yahweh told them to don't even think about it. And they want to ignore that. They playing semantics. They gaslighting what he said. Or the prophets. It say, so mainly the prophets is what Yahweh is mainly getting at here too. But he's also addressing the law. It says, I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. So when he talking about fulfill, he focusing in on the prophets. He really not even talking about the law, because the law was a whole nother issue. But they was gonna try to say it in these last days, so you might as well add both of them to the agenda. But he let you know, don't think either one of these was gonna be destroyed, because look at what Isaiah said about the law and the prophets. Isaiah 8 and 20. It says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So if they're not speaking according to the law and the testimony, you totally don't have no light in you, and you are not to be listened to. See, whatever you speaking about, people don't need to listen to what you saying. Okay, going back to Matthew 5:17. So then he further explains where he going with this. Verse 18 say, "For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall no wise pass from the law." So he addressed the law. Nothing in that law is going to pass. It says, till all be fulfilled. Now, he addressed this the law situation in 19. He said, "Whosoever therefore shall break one of the least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven." So you're going to be great if you keep the commandments, meaning the law. Now, when you go into the fulfilled part, you got two scriptures. One in Acts 3, and let's see here, 3 and 18. It says, "But those things which God before had showed by the mouth of all his prophets, that Christ should suffer, he have so fulfilled." So when Yahushua was saying he's not going to come to destroy the prophets, he is coming to fulfill what the prophets had said, had spoke. See, and they were speaking what God wanted them to speak. So Yahushua was coming to fulfill that. This is what he's talking about. Not talking about a law. You can't fulfill no law. The law is you do something or you don't. You do it or you don't do it. He's telling you not to do something, and he's telling you this is lawful for you to do. That's what the law is about. The law is not talking about it shall come to pass. No, that's prophecy. See, that is prophecy. When he say it shall come to pass in that day, in those days, that is talking about prophecy. This is what the prophets was prophesying about or predicting. Those predictions was fulfilled by Yahushua when it came to his suffering. But he told you in 18, till all be fulfilled. So till all the predictions is fulfilled or come true, then everything is still waiting to happen. And that law is not going nowhere. Now Luke 24:44, he says, "And he said unto them, These are the words which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled." What things is he talking about? Which were written in the law of Moses. So in the law, there was prophecies. Prophecies was in the law of Moses. That's why he spoke on the law. Say in the prophets and in the Psalms, King David even had prophecy concerning me, the thing that was about Yahushua. This is what he came to fulfill. He didn't come to do away with no commandments. See, that's why he had to say that in verse 19, that the least commandment, you best to be doing it. See, and the least commandment is of eating a nasty, filthy pig, crab, lobster, or shrimp, or crab, what you call it, them small crabs, crawfish, I think they call them, and any kind of abomination according to the scripture. Now, let's see here. They go to First Timothy. Is it First Timothy? Yeah, First Timothy 1:8. It says, "But we know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully." See, Timothy letting you know. He say, knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man, but for the lawless and disobedient. So the people that know the law ain't for them. It's like the people that was in Jerusalem. They was living by the law, and the people didn't have a big problem with it. It's something that they was raised with. It's something that they already, it's just a part of their life. It's their culture. But see, the scattered Israelites, their law was going to be something powerful that was going to show how the heathen was different from them. It was going to give them their identity. Now let's get that. 'Cause I don't think I remember that by heart. That law was a heritage. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, here it is. Ecclesiasticus 24 and 23. It says, all these things are the book of the covenant of the Most High God, even the law which Moses commanded for an heritage unto the congregations of Jacob. So it was not just for what you call it, somebody to do these laws. It had a bigger purpose than just don't eat a pig. It was a culture for the heritage of the Israelites. It was their culture. So when these Israelites that were scattered into all nations, they can receive their heritage and then they can unite under this law. Now, when you go into Apostle Paul's words, just debunk these pork chop eating pastors. Let's get in 2 and 13 first. Say, for not the hearers of the law are just before God, but the doers of the law shall be justified. Okay, the doers of the law. 31. He said, do we then make void the law through faith? God forbid. Yeah, we establish the law. We establish the law. Okay. And then I'm thinking, is it 7? Look at 13. 5 and 13 say, for until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed when there is no law. See, you just can't make up a sin. A sin is something that you can just make up and say, oh, that's wrong. I don't like how you did that. No, 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 no. A sin is that law. See, the law is specific. It's how God made the world and how he made everything to run. He got a specific order to the world. And this is what's wrong with America, because they don't go by that law, and the Christian church don't go by the law. Look at what the scriptures call America, or any land ran by these Americans. Because it's a specific people running this land, and this is how their land is ran. It say the land of darkness, as darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order. See, without any law. They don't care about you marrying the same sex. They don't care about you eating a nasty pig or a dog or a cat, a rat, a mouse. See, they don't care what you eating. They have no order. And where the light is as darkness. And see, their light is to do something crazy, to do something that draws attention to folks and make people have a go viral moment. See, a world star moment. See, they like some drama. and some out of order stuff in America. Now, when you go into, let's see, get some more on that law. Oh yeah, Baruch, Jeremiah's scribe. It says, "This is the book of the commandments of God and the law that endureth forever." See, that's why in Psalm 119, 142, it says it's an everlasting righteousness. This thing's forever. There's no such thing as you gonna fulfill it, and you can eat a nasty, filthy pig. It says, "All they that keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die." See, you want to eat a pig, you want to eat a shrimp, you're going to die, man. This is what the Lord is telling people. But the Christian pastor, he the one is ruining these people. Mr. Pastor Porkchop, he said, "Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, says the Lord." Okay, let's see here. Let me try to find this verse about these pastors. I'm thinking it's in Jeremiah 28, maybe. Might be in, oh yes, Ezekiel 22. It says, "Her priests have violated my law and have profaned my holy things. They have put no difference between the holy and profane. Neither have they showed difference between the unclean and the clean." See, this is what these pork chop eating pastors is doing in Babylon the Great, America. And these peoples is following they lead with false scriptures, not knowing that their law is an everlasting law. It's the heritage of the Israelites. And in the kingdom of heaven, everybody gonna have to follow that law, because this is how the Lord set up the world. He built this earth, and he gave it laws. He gave it structure, order. He put it in a specific order. You can't come out here and eat the dirt. He didn't make the dirt for you to eat. He just walk up and eat the dirt. See, he didn't make you to sit up there and eat tree bark or poison ivy. See, he made an order to the world, and these idiots is going against the order, man. It ain't even that complicated. Now, when you go into Matthew 7:21, tells you what's gonna happen to these Christian pastors and the people that's following them. It said, "Not everyone that says unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven." That will in Psalms 40, that will is the law. See, the will of God, the order of God, the commands of God. Verse 22, it says, "Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in your name, and in your name have cast out devils, and in your name have done many powerful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity." Ye that's breaking these laws. See, ye that just saying, man, I can break these laws. The laws are done away with. What these people talking about? The Lord came and he did away with that law. See, those people in that mindset is going to be destroyed. That's why he can say that in Baruch, that when you leave that law, you is going to die. Not only is you going to die, what else in that about the law? Proverbs 20:89, it said, he that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination. See, when you turn your ear away from hearing the law, your prayer is an abomination. So it ain't just gonna kill you. You can't even talk to the Lord. He don't want to hear nothing you got to say if you not keeping that law. You rejecting his laws. He don't want to hear what you got to say. John 14:15. He says, if you love me, keep my commandment. This is what Yahweh is saying now. And then he said, and I pray the Father, and he shall give you a comforter. So you can't even get the Holy Spirit if you ain't keeping his commandment. He's not going to give you his spirit if you're not keeping the commandment. Look at Psalm 111:10. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. A good understanding have all they that do his commandments. See, he's not going to give you an understanding if you're not doing the commandment. If you're not keeping that law, you're not going to get an understanding. Wisdom of Solomon 1:4. It says, for into a malicious soul wisdom shall not enter, nor dwell in a body that is subject unto sin. So if you sinning, you saying the law, I don't care nothing about no law. I don't care about the order that God put to the earth world. See, he not going to give you his spirit, man. He not going to give you wisdom. That law teaches you a lot. You're going to be you just going to be ignorant, man, of all kind of stuff. Because it's dangers in the world, and that law is to keep you away from those dangers. And our people, they trust in Pastor Porkchop, because Pastor Porkchop talking about he done been to seminary school and learned from the enemy. Look at Ecclesiastes 12:10. It said, never trust your enemy, for like as iron rust, so is his wickedness. The enemy saying the law is done away with. The enemy is full of wickedness. And he's telling these people that the law is done away with, because he don't want to do the law and can't keep the law. Daniel 12:10. It says, many shall be purified and made white and tried. These are the Israelites that's coming back to that law and understanding that that's an everlasting law and a heritage for them to follow. It says, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand. See, they going to tell you not to do it, but the wise shall understand. That's why he told them this in Psalm 50:16. It say, but unto the wicked God said, what have you to do to declare my statutes? What you got my law? You having a conversation about my law, or that you should take my covenant in your mouth, seeing you hate instruction and cast my words behind you. See, they hate the law. All the scriptures tell you that the law is what keeps people in order. The law is what makes people righteous, and not no freaking you running your mouth. Now let me get this in 1 John. Then I'm gonna get that running. Just somebody just running their mouth. See, talking about, oh, I believe what the scriptures say, but they living a life of wickedness. It's John 5:3. It says, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. So it's not grievous for somebody to keep the law. It said, whosoever committeth sin transgresses also the law, for sin is a transgression of the law. See, this is what sin is. You keeping that law. You weren't born not keeping the law. All this, I was born a sinner. See, bunch of ignorant mess. 1 John 2:3, it says, hereby we know that we know him if we keep his commandments. So if you don't keep his commandments, you don't even know him. He that said, I know him, and keepeth not his commandment is a liar, and the truth is not in him. See, they just running their mouth, talking about they keeping some commandments, and they ain't did nothing. 1 Samuel 2:3, it says, talk no more exceedingly proudly, let not arrogancy come out of your mouth, for the Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. See, most of these people don't even know the law. So they run in their mouth. They don't even know the law and know what contained in the law. But they trying to tell you, regurgitate what their pastor told them, talking about the law is done away with. Let me go back into Romans. I want to find that one that tells you about the knowledge of the law. I think I did 15 already. See, because the law worketh wrath, for where no law is, there is no transgression. Yeah, I think that's the one. Because it talked about, what is it? Romans 13. That's another one. 13 starting with 8. It says, owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. Okay, how can you, this is what these pastors try to twist up. For this, you shall not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love your neighbor as yourself. It says, love worketh no ill to his neighbor, therefore love is the fulfilling of the law. So the key part is, it says, if there be any other commandment. See, you supposed to keep any other commandments, you supposed to keep them. But you saying that you saying that thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. The law is gonna show you how to love your neighbor. You can't not know the law and it's talking about you love your neighbor. See, that don't even make no sense. How you gonna say you love your neighbor, but you ain't read the instructions how to love your neighbor? You gonna say, oh, I know how to fix this car, but you ain't went to mechanic, you ain't went to school to be a mechanic, you ain't read no instructions on the car, you just gonna jump out and say, I'm gonna fix this car. See, that's the crap that the Christian church coming with. Leviticus 19 and 17. And this is that love that Yahushua was talking about. Say, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. He said, thou shalt at any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. So you even rebuking your neighbor is a show of love. You got to know the law to know where he going off. See, if you don't know the law, how you talking about the law is done away with? To you to love your neighbor and not hate your brother, you got to know God's law first of all. And so you can be able to assess if your neighbor is messing up in any way. See, you got to know that the Lord don't agree with you smoking cigarettes. The Lord don't agree with you being drunk all day in the daytime all the way to the night. The Lord don't agree with you being with the same sex. The Lord don't agree with you humping on the dog. The Lord don't agree with you touching on these people's children. See, you got to know the law to rebuke and correct your neighbor, to show love to them. You just can't talk about, I love my neighbor and I love people. I show love. No, man, you got to know the law. So how can these people talk about the law is done away with? They don't even know the law. See, and the Christian church is not teaching the laws of Moses. He gave them 613. They're not teaching them. So when their conversation is just ridiculous, because you gaslighting the people that know the law and that research this law and study this law, and just like a regular person that's not a Pharisee in Jerusalem. You in Jerusalem and you um talking walk up to a Pharisee and you talking to the Pharisee and he know that law. You can't just tell him anything. Same thing with a lawyer in America. You go in the courtroom as a regular citizen, ain't went to law school, ain't got your law degree, and you up in the courtroom running your mouth talking about some stuff about the law. You don't even know you don't know nothing about no law, man. You don't know nothing about the statutes. You ain't looked at all the court cases that been going on in America. You don't know what's really legal and what's illegal because you ain't went into that law book and studied the law. This is what a Christian is talking about. The law, that's like you going to the courtroom and you go to telling the judge, hey man, uh, my cousin Ray Ray died, and Ray Ray, he died for the family. He saved us from this car wreck. And the law done away with, man. We don't care about no laws of America. That judge gonna look at you like you crazy. Say, man, these laws is forever. This is how our country is set up. The Constitution. So, as soon as you go to talking about something in America, the Constitution is getting brought up, and the law of Moses was the Constitution of Jerusalem and the Israelites and God. You ain't finna change it. He don't change. Let's get that. Malachi 3:6. It says, "For I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed." See, he not gonna change. He ain't mess up with the law. The law was not a mistake. And they come to talking about the people can't keep. We can't keep the law. It's impossible for you to keep. That's a lie. See, that is a lie. Look at Luke chapter 1, verse 6. It says, they were both righteous before God, walking in all his commandments and ordinances of the Lord blameless. So Elizabeth and Zacharias and his wife named Elizabeth, they kept the laws, man. And see, the thing about it is the Lord got a plan for the nation of Israel, and he the one set it up where they was gonna go off and fail at keeping that law and that covenant. So it was a whole plan. Let's get that, because people trying to say what somebody can't do, and you can't disobey the will of the Lord. You can't change the will of the Lord. If His will was for you to go off, that's what was gonna happen. It's Isaiah 46:10, and that's why people got to know the law and the prophets. It says, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done. See, the Israelites hadn't even went off, and he had declared it. See, if you people, the blessing and the curse was going. Let's go ahead and get it, because he declared the end from the beginning. Genesis is the beginning. Look at what he told them in Deuteronomy 30, verse 1. It said, it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon you, the blessing and the curse. Blessing and the curse is gonna come on them. They was gonna go off and get that curse put on their behind. That was he was telling them from the beginning. See, that's why you got to know the law. But these people don't know the law. They don't understand the law. They don't understand the prophecies is not done away with. But I'm gonna leave it there. Pretty much the law is still stands. And the enemy is telling our people to get away from that law. That's an everlasting law. And you can't do away with that law. See, God ain't changing his law for nobody. Real quick, um, Isaiah 2. I'm gonna get right to the point in verse 3. It says, and many people shall go and come ye, and let us go to them and say, they shall go and say, come ye, and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law. The Israelites is going to be given the law in the kingdom of heaven, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. See, this is what's going to happen. That law is going to stand forever. It's not going to be a time where he talking about the law is it's done away with. Then even in Colossians, where they bring that up, it said it was a shadow of things to come. It's showing you that law is going to happen in the kingdom. So why would he do away with something for a short period of time when people need to learn righteousness and learn how to be righteous? But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah, Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders pushing the truth. Peace to the elect worldwide, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, descendants of slaves scattered around the globe on slave ships and through many captivities. Our kingdom is at hand. Shalom.